Right, I just need to clap to. Can everyone clap on the count of 3 just to sync up these two things? So 1, 2, 3.
Okay, boys and girls. In front of us today, what have we got in front of us? Ising 9. What is Ising 9? A large cube. What do you notice about the cube we have in front of us? Different shapes? Different what? Different colours. Can you tell me something about the cube you see in front of you, the large cube? That's a 3 by 3. What do you mean 3 by 3, Jack? 3 up, 3 down. Okay. If I asked then what is the volume of this cube, what would it be? How do we get 27, Thomas?
You do 3 by 3 by 3.
So we got 3 along the bottom, 3 along the side, and a height of 3. So 3 by 3 by 3 gives us 27. 27 what? Small cubes. So 27 small cubes. But what makes a cube? Squares. How many squares? 6 squares. What else has it got? Okay. So we're going to give out the cubes to each group. There are 3 colours within each cube. What are the colours within each cube? There are red, there are green, and there are purple. So could we get 2 people from each table, please, to come to get a colour? So 2 from that table get 2 green, 2 red, and 2 purple from that cube. And could I have 2 green, 2 red, and 2 for purple down that group? Could you come up and get your cubes and take them back to your table? So this table is, what colour are you going to be? Green, you're going to be red, and you are purple. So if you take your cubes back to your table, please. So you're going to take 2 cubes at a time. Take 2 cubes each. Okay? 2 cubes each. Okay, 2 cubes each. What colour are you, Ryan? Red, okay. 2 cubes each at a time. So how many cubes should you have now at each group? 9. Because the 3 9s came together to make a mini cubes, 1 big large cube, minis are a large cube again, 27. If you look now, each person get a cube. Just grab a cube. What do you notice about the cube? Tell me something about the cube first without shouting. Up your hand if you know something about the cube. That's got 6 faces. Let's look at our faces. What do you notice about the faces? Are they all the same? No. There's different what in the faces? There's numbers. What else is in the faces? Fractions. Anything else in the faces? Shapes. Okay. What I want you to do then is go to your white face. Get a cube with a white face. Just grab a cube with a white face. Are all the cubes the exact same with a white face? What do you notice the difference with the faces that are white face? What's the difference on the face? There's a fraction. What else is there might be on it? A percentage. And what else might be on it? A what? A fraction picture. Okay. So what I want us to do now is to build a wall with using the white faces. Okay, just build a wall. Bottom left, top right to see if we come up with first of all. So bottom left, top right with white walls. Just to see if we come up. What should be happening? Just build a wall with the white faces to see if we have. Good. Just take a look. Turn your walls around so everyone can see what they've done. Okay. So turn our walls around so everybody can see our walls. Bring it home, excuse me. If we look now, we can see different things. Over here, what did they put on the top of their wall first? What's on the top of their wall? Fractions. What came in the middle part of their wall? The picture. What came at the very bottom? Percentages. Now, did they do the same? No. What did they put on the top of their wall? The picture. What came in the middle? Fraction. What came at the bottom? Percentages. Now, if you look now, are they all the same value, are they? No, they're all different. If we look up here, did they do anything different, or did they just randomly put them together? Randomly put them together. So, could we now arrange our wall at the top with just percentages, then the picture fraction, then what's left? The fraction. And at the left-hand side, could you pick the lowest value? At the left-hand side of your wall, the lowest value. Lowest value each side. Okay. Boys, look. This will help us. Order. And then what comes next initial? The picture fraction. Let's see now. Boys, if we turn around, please. Okay. Are we getting on? Well done. Hold. Have we got now? Okay. I think that's everybody now. What we've got now is our three rows. We're all the same now. So the top is our what? Percentage. Then we've got our fractions. Is there anything now that you notice about those walls? Are there any parts of them walls maybe the same value? Is any part of them the same value? Or if you look at the walls around you, is there anything equal to each other? Is there anything you could say that equals that part of the wall? Which one? Jessica, which one is equal to? Is there any of them equal? Look around you, could you see anything that's equal? Is any of those maybe equal to somebody else's and somebody else's part of their wall? What are we trying to look for? The same value. So what do you call something that's the same value? They're called equivalent fractions. So we're looking for equivalent fractions. So if I took this one, 90%, what does 90% actually mean? 90 out of 100. 9/10. Does anybody on their wall have a 9/10? So could you get me a 9/10 out of your wall, please? Just get a 9/10 out of your wall. Or what? How else could we show that? How else could we show it? Because somebody show me that in a different way. 9/10. Does anybody else have a 9/10 in a different way? What else are we looking for if we've got a 9/10 maybe? Take it out, Jessica. Now, if you look at Jessica, has Jessica, could you hold up, please? Could you show everybody? What has she got? 9/10. So, could you put them two together, please? So, can you hand to me? So, we've got our 9/10. You can see it now in picture form. What's the other one that's missing? The percentage. Who's got the 90%? Could you bring me the 90% from your group, please? So we've got now our three equal amounts. We've got 90%. We've got our picture, 9 out of 10. And our last one is what? 9/10. So what we're going to do now is going to come together in our groups. And our groups, we're going to build a great wall. And in our great wall, it'll show you in a little video what we have to do. So if you put them back to the groups that are on the place. So can you just watch up here, please? Please, Mr. Brown.
Okay, so let's start. Task 8. Firstly, we are now all going to come together and work as one big team. We are going to build a giant wall of 27 cubes, 9 cubes long and 3 cubes high, displaying all the white faces. To do this, you will need to find one table big enough to hold all these cubes, or you may have to join some tables together.
Okay, pause there, man. So what you're going to do is you're going to join your tables together. Push your tables together, boys. So with your group is going to come together with that group over there and take your cubes. Your group is going to push your tables together to join your wall. Just push your tables together. Okay, and girls, you're going to come over and join this group with your cubes. Okay, so if you look back up towards the video again.
We are going to arrange the cubes so that the lowest values start here, working up to the highest at the other end.
Okay, so what side is our lowest value going to start at? The left-hand side.
The percentages will go along the bottom.
So, which ones are the percentages? Where do we have them in our wall? The top, okay. So they have to be at the bottom.
Then the pictures along the middle, and finally, the fractions along the top.
So, what you've done now, we have reversed it. So we're going to reverse it the other way around. What's the other word for reverse? Flip or inverse or inverse, okay?
Here is an example to give you an idea of what each column should look like.
Okay. Why are they like the way they are? Could just pop the light, please? Ryan, just pop the light. So maybe get a wee look at it better. Okay. So we've got the top. What have we got up here? Our fraction, which is a what? A half. We've got our picture representation, which is 1 out of 2. And we've got 50%, which means 50 out of 100. So percent's always out of 100. So they are all equivalent. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build an equivalent wall, starting from the left to the right, from the lowest value to the highest value. On the bottom, we've got our percentages. Then we've got our picture representation. And on the very top, we've got our fractions. So let's continue on.
Remember, this is a whole team effort, so everybody should get a chance to position at least one cube into the wall. Okay, let's start.
Okay, before we do start, as the video said, it's a what effort? A team effort. So we have to discuss as we do it. So, girls, could you take your cubes and put them over here, please? Girls, could you take your cubes and put them over there, please?
Elliot, you put the lights on again? Elliot?
Elliot. Okay. Right, when you're building the cube, what I must ask is, say you build your cube, could you build your cubes with faces in the way? So your groups will face this way, your group's going to face that way, okay? So maybe you need to get your cubes taken apart into the walls, okay? First of all. What is going to start? Percentages. What percentage is going to go first? What's the lowest amount? 10%. So maybe get all your percentages together first of all. So how would we organise? So a good idea is a percentage each and then start above it. So maybe get a percentage each. Get a percentage each. boys to be stand by. You got a percentage, Ryan? Stand by for the rest. No, Gareth, just about the percent first, Ryan. All the percent first. What comes next?
Those here still sitting, could be looking at other fractions, negative situation.
What's coming next?
Not the next one, the
25. What comes next? 30. Who's got the 30?
Here's your 40.
Who's got the 30? What's that? Next one after 75? 19.
That's 20. 30, 20.
Pardon? That's 9. Okay. So what's our next one going to be? So we need one picture now. So, what's the picture?
I have 7. 30.
Why have you got that shine shot? Three cuts, and that's what? I must have 90%. No 90%. So what are we looking for? For 90%?
And now we need to tell we've got the all together.
9 tenths. Trace got the picture with 9 tenths.
We're finished.
Okay, we're still discussing and building.
Okay.
And what was missing? 35%. What was missing?
Let's come around and have a look at it. One more, we'll come around and
See, look at the show. Which one's this one?
10%. That's 1/10. And this is 1/10. So we've got a fifth, which is the same as
And what's the last one?
20%. We've got
Okay.
a quarter.
So on the top now, so we're looking
Picture,
for
and that's the same as
our fractions.
25%. 7/20 is the same as 35%. How many squares do we have in the picture?
Okay, and we're
20. And how
what
many
was
are
missing now?
colored in?
Okay, group them around.
So is the picture
Give me
closer
space there
to
now.
what's in this? Or
So let's see
closer to
now.
what's
See
in
right.
Which is
Give me
easy.
space a minute.
It's easy
So
to,
let's see what
it's
we've
easy
got.
to compare
We
the
started
fraction and the
10%.
picture. Isn't it
We'll
right?
be 1 out of 10,
So
1 tenth,
we've got a half,
20%,
which is shown in
we've
the
got
picture,
1
and
plus,
that is
picture and 1 plus, a
50%.
quarter, 1 out
So
of
look
4,
at your
25%.
7/20
is there 20 squares here?
What fraction is it?
I don't know, it's 20 squares here. What put the
If I was to
picture
ask you 3/4
4 5s, and 30, where do we get 35?
What? 9/10 for 90%. What's 65%?
Why do you get 100? That's always out of that. 100. So 5 sevens makes 35. We've got a half,
We start
3
with the
plus,
what
which is
fraction
3 out
is
of
it?
5, 60%. We've got then 13 out of 20. Is there 20 squares in this?
We have them all
Okay, so it's
arranged
13 out of
in order.
20. How do you get 65%? 1 by 5, 3 quarters, 75%, 9 tenths, 90%, 9 out of 10. Could we come round behind, could we all come round behind our, let's go behind our walls to make sure our 2 walls are the same. So Jack, could you go round behind your wall, we look over here see if this wall is the same. But I would notice they can build their wall better, we can build our wall. They're slightly more in line. Do we have our lowest value to start with? Yeah. What do you notice about each other's wall? The 10th, the picture, and the 10%? Could somebody tell me something about that? Why is it 1/10, a wee picture, 10%? How do we get that? How do we know they're all equal? How do we know they're equal? What tells us they're equal? Look at it. It says 1/10. How many red cards are shaded? 1 out of 10. What's percent out of? So how do we get 10% then? So 1/10 of 100 is 10. Look at this one. 13 out of 20. Look at the one 13 out of 20. What percent is it? 65. How do you get the 65%? What? Ronan.
Times 13, 5.
Why would you times it by 5? 20 goes into 100, so 5, 13 makes 65. Look at the 35%. Adam, look at the 35%. What do you notice? What's the equivalent to 35%? And what else? Yeah, quarter squares. So 7 quarter squares out of 20. So again, that's 20 into 100 many times. 5 sevens, 35. Does anything know anything about the wall? Notice anything about the walls? What's missing? Is there any parts missing? What could you have that's missing maybe onto the wall? Grace? Decimals. Okay, could put decimals into. So could you give me an example? Maybe if you had another layer, what we could have on top of it?
We could have for 9/10, you could have 0.9.
0.9. Could you tell me what decimal maybe you could put on another wall? What?
0.4.
Where would that go? For 50%? 0.5 is also equal to a half. What about 9/10? What could we have there? 0.9. 1/10? Okay. 3/4? 0.75. Is there anything along the bottom could help us with the decimals? Ronan?
The numbers of percent it comes after the decimal point.
It comes after the decimal point. So could somebody give me another word for that there again? We talked with one word. What is the word? When these are all equal. Equivalent. So we've got equivalent fractions, we've got our picture, we've got our percentage. The only equivalent that's missing is our decimals. And so Ronan, could you tell me again what equivalent's missing? How do we get equivalent decimal?
You take the percent off the bottom layer and put the 0.6.
Okay. Now then, the real hard part now is we're going to have to try and put it back together, our cube back together. Okay, that's the hard part. Now, we're going to have to work together as a team. Remember how many layers is our cube going to have? 3. How many cubes in each layer? 9. So 3 9s makes 27. On the outside of a cube, what was there? Shapes. Who can remember what type of shapes we might have had? We had a triangle? A rectangle, was it? No, what was it? A square. So we had a triangle, a square, a hexagon, a what? A circle. We said triangle anymore? A pentagon. So that might help us rebuild our cube. Okay? Could we start to rebuild our cube now? Very special cube. There's one very special small cube. Does anybody know what that special small cube is going to be? There's going to be a cube with no shapes. Where does that have to go? In the very middle.
Maybe you can find that we got one in the middle.
Why is that shape? Put that out, man. So that's going to go shape. The second layer. That's going to go to the second layer.
What color is this? Is the triangle? Got it complete. What's on the very top? We keep the blue to the very end. What shape is that for drawn now?
Is that going to be the top
Building?
So that's going to be your top layer. So right, that's going to be our top layer. We're going to have to get the rest. Look. No. Well, that looks better, excuse me. Well, that looks better. Like that. Put it this way.
It's going to work on both sides as well.
Now, look. There, this one side is